Welcome to first week of January's analysis on Gbpjpy. It is good to be back. We're back recording daily analysis, weekly analysis, weekly recaps, and daily recaps every day. So let's get started on GJ. This year, going to be focusing a lot more on GJ and gold. Obviously, I'm going to be looking at GBP CAD and GBP AUD, but those will be more secondary, and GJ and gold will be the primary ones that I'll be looking at. So let's start off from monthly time frame. Okay, monthly time frame. We know we rejected this last year in March, right? We've been bullish, right? Have had some months where price was bearish. Look at weekly. Yep. Recently, since October, after September drop, October, we've been bullish, right? Every week has closed bullish. We've been not every week's closed bullish, but you know what I mean. We've been trending up. All right. Currently, you see this big wick here, right? So this is a valid supply area from before, which was a top of this consolidation area. So we know that this areas are valid supply area, right? And price previously rejected it from 142.5 and then dropped to 133. So 950 pip drop after tapping into that supply area. But currently, well, let's just map it out first. So we have one of our supply levels here, and we'll have a look into that because right now this is on the weekly, right? Got a supply level weekly. Last week didn't move much, moved 200 pips, but we're right at the brim of that, right? Going to daily. Daily is looking bullish, right? We've been making higher lows since we tapped 133 demand, which was over here, right? We've gone over that before, created higher lows. And even if you check the market cycle webinar, I discussed this. We called the change in market cycle from down here after this bearish moved up. So price moving up, higher lows, respecting what level is 137 area we're respecting, right? Now we're consolidating for a little bit, but still maintaining that bullish structure, and we got buys from down here. So now price is approaching this area, right? It's a pretty big supply area from 141 to 142.5 ish, right? So it is quite big. And what we can now do is we know that, okay, we're at a moment where higher time frames are bullish, right? Higher time frame is bullish, and we're also approaching a weekly supply level, weekly daily supply level. So what's going to happen is it's going to get really interesting because either we're going to maintain this bullish structure and keep pushing up until we reach 142.5, or within this area, within this level of supply, previous weekly highs, right? We're going to reject it, and then market structure may shift and price may go down, right? Because it is a valid supply area. We're just going to have to watch intraday price action and see how it develops. If it is bullish, we can reach the top if we maintain that bullish pressure. Otherwise, we can look for areas for further sells. So we'll go through both scenarios, right? Possible scenarios, and we'll discuss what we could be looking for. Okay. So when we're looking at this area, there are levels within it where price can reject, and we can narrow that down. So I'm not sure if this will work. Okay, so there's a 4-hour level right here, and we'll go more into depth on that. So if you look at 4-hour in this area, there's a lot of price activity here, right? You see how price consolidated here, consolidated from September 1st to September 2nd, September 3rd, right? Consolidated from 141.5-ish to 142.00. This 50 pip range, it consolidated. Okay, so it is very possible. It is possible. We're just gonna have to be on probabilities. If, let's say, London or something pushes up here, right? Pushes up in somewhere in this area, 141.5 to 142. 141.5 would be nice because last time we pushed up to it, price rejected, went back down to creating higher low and going up to 142.6 area, right? So if something like this happens, then you can go into lower time frames and start observing lower time frame structure and watching for signs of reversal, right? If sign of reversal comes, then yeah, it's possible that we reject the supply, and that means that we have short-term selling pressure. Okay, where to, you got to determine that on based off what minor levels are breaking if that selling happens, right? because we did see it last time after we tapped to 141.5, right? And then price pushed up to 142.6. So there's that bullish structure and a bearish scenario. And if, let's say we did reject this, you see a nice rejection, higher time frames and higher time frame structure start shifting, then we can watch for like breaks of other structures like this structure, okay? And then go down to this trend line area, right? So it really depends. You just have to observe structure as it comes, because this is a solid, we're in a daily trend, right? So if this doesn't happen, then currently we are sitting at a higher high, right? So we're sitting at this higher high, and at 141.2-ish, right? We've tapped it. We broke a little bit above it, not completely. Maybe price will push up a little, push down, create a higher low, and then push further into 142.5, because that is also a range to fill. But it is a supply zone, so we have to be careful at this area, okay? But if something like this happens where we create a higher low, like how we did here, continue up, we may see another sell move from 142.5, because it is weekly highs, right? Remember how the market works, just sell high, buy low. It's literally that simple. But so if that happened, if we do maintain the bullish structure, then we can see further potential up if we break past 142.5, right? So if we break past that, then we can continue up. And where are we looking to go? That's we'll draw those levels out right now. So we know we have our levels here, and you can see this is a very nice zone, but we are in that bullish structure. Further levels would be up here as well. This area is quite near that level, but the 143.2, 143.5, right? That area. And then further ones up here, but we'll worry about that once we get past, if we get past 142.5. Otherwise, yeah, so intraday structure is quite is bullish, right? But we are at the supply level, so we might be able to see sells, and those sells would be nice, because if you can get a reversal entry at a high price point, it's going to give you a large risk reward ratio. So that's just a couple of the scenarios. See, price has been maintaining after tapping the trend line, tapped it once, came back down before Christmas, rejected it again, higher low, pushed up. We initially rejected this, right? Because it's nice sell level. We broke past previous high, higher the price, the better, more liquidity for sales. Sold down to 150 pips, push back up. Now we're currently sitting at that same level. So if we break past this level, and then when we're up there, we create a higher high and we see some sort of rejection, you can take sells down, but be careful. And you got to be cautious, because if we do see sells down, you can see it go down to another higher time frame support, and maybe we'll create a support and push up further. Or if that support breaks, then we can go ahead and like break other levels and get down, right? But it's about adapting and attacking. And this was just labeling a couple of scenarios that might be possible for GJ. These are the levels, right? You have a level at so you have a level at 141.5. We'll fix that. Have a level at like 142.6s, 142.5-ish, that area, right? Got a level here, 139.5, and then more levels up here, like 140.5-ish, this area, right? So when you're observing it, these are your price points where you can possibly look for sells, anywhere from 141.5 or 141.5 to 142 area, or even further up if we get to this level, because that's a high. But otherwise, if we do maintain this bullish structure, maybe something like this would happen, right? Or if, let's say, we push up, reject this, right, create lower highs, lower lows, so bearish market structure and lower time frame, then we can push down. Maybe if we break this, then continue down to this low, right? And then we'll monitor or observe and see what happens, right? But yeah, these are the levels that I'll be watching out for. 142 is also a nice level. So let's say bullish structure continues. These levels would be perfect to take profit at as well, right? But yeah, that's a daily, that's the weekly outlook for GJ, since it is at a higher time frame. It's approaching that higher time frame level, but we are also in bullish structure. So keep that in mind, that market does what the market wants to do. You just have to take the highest probability trade, right? So keep the focus on that. Only take the best of the best setups, right? Force yourself to sit out so your brain will then naturally start to look at the better quality setups and execute on those, right? But yeah, so that's basically it. Just wanted to point out some areas of interest on GJ since we are at the zone. But thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Send me your analysis on Instagram. Instagram link in the description as well. But thanks for watching, and let's have an amazing fucking year, guys. Take care.